Hello and welcome dear viewers. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, presenting you the domestic and international news prepared for this session, live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Hermela Gramay, inviting you to join us on our tonight's news broadcast. Let's start with the major headlines. Preschool teachers graduate in northern Red Sea region. Student summer work program underway in Mandafra subzone. More than 300 kidnapping victims rescued in major operation in Nigeria. And Turkey unveils draft law to integrate PKK militants, achieve peace. And your detailed domestic news. A total of 163 preschool teachers from the subzones of Adobha, Karora, Shi'ib, Af'abet and Nafa graduated on 4th August after completing a month-long pedagogical training at Tsabra boarding school. Organized by the Ministry of Education in collaboration with its partners, the training covered lesson planning, student assessment, curriculum, professional conduct, childcare, identification of learning challenges, and cooperation among teachers, parents and students. Mr. Rashid Mohammed Usman, head of the Ministry of Education branch in the Northern Red Sea region, said that the program will enable children to access early childhood education within their communities. He called on parents and the wider community to support the initiative. Dr. Halima Mohammed, Minister of Education, urged the teachers to effectively apply the knowledge they acquired and nurture self-confident children. During the 2025 and 2026 academic year, 225 new preschool centers were opened in the region, providing educational opportunities for about 14,000 children. In other news, Mr. Bilal Araya, head of the Education Office in Mandafra subzone, reported that commendable activities are being carried out through the Students' Summer Work program. More than 1,200 students from 16 centers are participating in activities that include water and soil conservation, tree planting, and traffic safety. The participating students indicated that, in addition to contributing to development activities, the program plays a significant role in cultivating a strong work culture and enabling them to exchange experiences. In related news, secondary school students in Nafa subzone are carrying out encouraging water and soil conservation activities under the guidance of agricultural experts. Mr. Jamet Saleh, one of the program coordinators, said that 370 students from various centers are participating in the program. In other news, a seminar has been organized for reconciliation committees engaged in the peaceful resolution of conflicts that may arise within communities in Sana'a subzone. The objective of the seminar, attended by reconciliation committees from the subzone's 23 administrative areas, was to enhance their capacity to settle disputes in accordance with social values. It was also attended to help disputing parties save time and resources by resolving their cases within their respective areas. Mr. Ermias Hadgu of the Sana'a police station urged the reconciliation committees to properly understand the country's penal and civil codes and make their decisions accordingly. He also called on them to understand the difference between judgment and reconciliation and to provide fair service to the public. Highlighting the significance of reconciliation committees in the peaceful resolution of conflicts, Corporal Atobrahan Haila, head of crime control, said that the seminar will make a significant contribution to the committee's daily activities. Sub-Lieutenant Kufla Tasfa Yohannes, commander of the Sana'a police station, called on the reconciliation committees to apply the knowledge they gained from the seminar and properly serve their communities by peacefully settling conflicts. The members of the reconciliation committees commended the organizers of the seminar and called for similar programs to continue. Sana'a subzone has 990 elected reconciliation committee members serving across its 23 administrative areas. Dear viewers, stay tuned for our international news right after the short break. Welcome back. Nigeria said more than 300 people abducted in separate attacks have been rescued in a joint intelligence and security operation. In a statement on Wednesday, the country's presidency said 163 of them were kidnapped in February from Woro village in Kwara State, while the 145 others were taken from Niger State. They were rescued from a location in the Kanji Lake National Park Forest, and it's not yet clear whether any suspects were detained during the one-day operation. It was carried out by the National Counter-Terrorism Center involving members of the Army, the police force, and the Department of the State Services. The people rescued are reportedly receiving medical care at the military site before being reunited with their families. Kidnapping for ransom by criminal groups Boko Haram, linked fighters, and gangs known as bandits is a major problem in Nigeria, especially in areas with little state presence. In other news, Turkey's ruling alliance submitted a draft law to parliament yesterday meant to achieve peace with the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, in part by protecting many former militants from persecution and suspending prison sentences for some other reasons. The draft law marks a leap towards ending an insurgency that has killed more than 40,000 people since 1984, sown deep discord at home, and fueled violence across borders in Iraq and Syria. It aims to end the decades-old conflict in part by facilitating the return to Turkey of potentially thousands of former PKK militants and civilians from hideouts in northern Iraq. It's backed by a majority of lawmakers and is expected to pass the assembly later this week, but polls show some skepticism that it will bring lasting peace. Dear viewers, we are done with the news prepared for this session, and now it's time for the quick recap of the major headlines. Preschool teachers graduate in northern Red Sea region. Student summer work program underway in Mandafra zone. More than 300 kidnapping victims rescued in major operation in Nigeria. And Turkey unveils draft law to reintegrate PKK militants, achieve peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all for tonight. Thank you for having us and have a blessed one.